Y'all, I am on Market Street. I thought it would be funny to start the video here in front of Silicon Valley Bank. If you recall, it was related to the debacle with FTX and all that. Why am I on Market Street? Because somebody mentioned that they like seeing the backgrounds in the videos, and I've been shooting in like alleys and stuff with just graffiti and human feces and such. So I figured, let me get out here and give you something to see. Most of these questions are from Hannah. I don't know how to say it. Hannah B. And I think the first one was about caps, right? So OG passes. We're doing OG passes. It's going to create liquidity for our coin. Timing is perfect to launch a coin. I won't go into all that because I think we've kind of covered the basis of this whole conversation plenty. But I'll start just with your questions and I'll try to speed run through them. So caps on OG passes. The need for the liquidity provision and a little bit of budget for dev budget is $30,000. So we're doing that with community OG passes, meaning I only talked about it in our Discord. The only ones who know about this are in our Discord. And it looks like we're able to hit the 30K internally, which is great. So the question came up, should we open up the OG passes publicly? And the answer to that poll, was overwhelmingly yes, because a little more liquidity helps to kind of stabilize volatility at the beginning. As you know, most charts, they surge in the beginning, and then they dump pretty fast. So after we provide that first liquidity, we're going to have a coin at a certain value day one. Trying not to get hit by any cars here. And what we'll do is keep some of that extra liquidity that comes from public OG passes kind of just in the coffers to dole out as additional liquidity to kind of counter people who are dumping after a surge. And I think all that's human behavior. That's natural. That's how it goes, right? And so we're planning for it, and that's excellent. The only problem with selling OG passes, let's say we end up doing a really good job with getting the word out. And I think it might have been Drift NZ who asked what happens if we hit, say, $100,000 in liquidity, right? Here, I'll show you one of San Francisco's famed streetcars. Fun fact, those are all rescues from other states that got rid of their streetcar systems back in the day when, like, car culture took over. And a lot of them ended up here in San Francisco and are still in use. Okay, so Drift NZ asked, what if we hit 100K or more? And who knows? It's possible. So I don't think I want to get into having liquidity that's that high. It's great to dole out as LP into our own coin, but the problem is the OG passes provide perks, and while the perks to the public are not as attractive as the community perks, they are going to still kind of carry some debt, if you will. People are buying the OG passes in order to get some multiplier on our coin, and what that means is, here's another streetcar. And what that means really is, it's like future debt that we have to deal with. It's costing us more to sell an OG pass that way than to get the FOMO and awareness out because of the OG passes that might bring them in and buy the coin at, market price. So really, I would say that's the goal. After we've sold our OG passes internally, we've already hit the first goal of having the liquidity needed to get on Uniswap. After that, the goal of the OG pass is different. It's to bring in that bump of liquidity, but mainly to create an awareness. So we use it as a marketing tool from that point on. I still don't know what that number is, but 60K feels good. So if we're at 30K as our minimum requirement to get liquidity into the coin, then another 30 sounds right for doing that bump. And then we stop. Then we're capped, which means folks who are hearing about it late or whatever, tuning into YouTube and learning about this OG pass that they missed out on. The advantage is that there's been some electricity, some vibe around it, and now they're aware of the coin, and now they show up, and maybe they still think they're super early, because they will be, right? And all the videos we put out, all the hype we put out is really going to be about things to come at that point. And I'm aiming for folks like Bankless and the different YouTubers and Twitter personalities to really talk about us being the new mindshare, us being the new AI project. So yeah, that's kind of it about OG passes and caps, I guess. I'll stop now and I'll check what the next question is, because I don't have any notes in front of me. And for our next question and our next stop, this is the backside of the ferry building. And what I mean by backside is we are facing the bay. Here are the ferries that go around the bay. And I'll show you momentarily Bay Bridge. Google, my office at Google used to be in this building. That's One Market Street. Then I had another, let me see where I'm pointing. It's kind of a beige, right by the bridge. There's another building that's also Google, and when I was on the XR team doing VR stuff, my office was there facing the Bay Bridge, and it was very pretty. And here's a better shot. Okay, so sorry if the last clip was super loud with all the street hustle and bustle. Hopefully this is a little quieter, and if it seems too windy, I'm gonna stop doing this whole tour guide thing. The next question is about tiers. Now, that's OG pass tiers and the public pass tiers. And I think it's easier to just pull these up on screen and show it to you that way. So that's what I'll do right here. The OG pass tiers are kind of a simplification of what was in the poll. So what you guys voted on, those aren't changing. They're actually just, I'm pulling out one of the options, so it's just a little less complicated. And then the public pass tier, it's at greater cost with less of a perk, but it still gets them a multiplier. So that's that. Enjoy. On to the next. Okay, let's talk about trad equity. So, walk this way. This is an interesting one because this probably isn't something you'll see in most projects. But I've always had this really strong connection with the idea of taking care of the OGs. I don't shut up about it pretty much. And any opportunity I have to find a way to funnel some value back to HIROS holders is what I want to do. So here's what this is about. For anybody contributing more than $3,000 to the liquidity provision, they're helping this coin in the biggest way. And so I thought, what digital asset or what perk from blockchain land, from Ordinals land, would be good enough to say thank you, and I was coming up dry. So I thought, well, you guys are my angel investors here, basically. We're building a company together. So why not have it be trad equity? So the idea here is anybody who's contributing more than $3,000, like I said, they're getting that top tier, but also they're going to realize equity in the company itself. And what I mean by that, so there are two companies here technically. There's the Hong Kong Limited Company, and I've also got the Delaware S Corp that handles the Web 2 arm of the company, and it allows me to do hiring here, and it allows me to do administrative stuff. And most importantly, if we were to ever do a deal with a big tech company here or a media company here, I don't know that they're okay with doing partnership or heck, some acquisition of a feature maybe that that is entrenched and kind of embedded in crypto. So I don't know, making it up. Let's say it's Netflix or a record company or something. We're doing a lot with AI in the future, you know. Maybe they don't want to touch an AI company that is mixed with a crypto company. I don't know which way the wind is going to blow. So it's just wise to kind of embed everything non-Web3 in the US company and do everything related to the token in the Hong Kong company. Okay, so with that out of the way, what does the equity play mean to those contributors within the community? It means that there's a bunch of Web2 revenue streams that inform our treasury, basically provide ongoing liquidity to the coin, but is also our profit, is also our revenue stream and our operating. You guys are entitled as shareholders to some of those. The big one might be that at any sign of an exit or a bigger infusion of money from like a big round of investment in the future, whether it's VC or partnership, that can be your exit. That's when it would be smartest for you to cash out your shares. And presumably the coin's doing great because it's been getting liquidity injected into it all the while. And so that's really healthy. And anybody who got in on the coin is going to do well too. But this is a different level of doing well because you'll have shares that cash out in trad money. And guess what? We also have our Section 179 tax mining thing. So plug one of those in and you don't even have to pay taxes on that income. So yeah, I think that's plenty said on equity. And you know, the list of things that represent the Web 2 infusions of revenue, I think that is, oh wait, I should turn around. So I think that list is going to change because AI moves so fast, right? AI is changing the landscape at record speed. Today, MPC is really like what we're leaning into, and voice agents. That's going to be a big differentiator for us. But, you know, like Anthropic just released a bunch of info on their Think tool, which is like MCP on steroids. So it's yeah, we'll see. I mean, that list, I think, will grow it as necessary or will morph it as necessary to keep up with what the cutting edge is. So I put something up on screen probably already. Maybe it's been on this whole time. But the idea is that's going to grow and change. And its aim is to always be the go-to platform for Web 2 and Web 3 people, B2B and individuals, to come get these tools, to pay for credits, pay with fiat, and get their credits to take part in the platform. Okay, I think that's it on equity. Thank you. Okay, here's a really quick question answer. Matrica for gated Discord channels. The answer is simply yes. I didn't want to sign up in the past for such an expensive monthly subscription to have Matrica turned on, but yeah, we're about to become a much more real project with revenue coming in. No need for me to worry about the coffers being full and me living month to month building. So I think yeah, we're graduating to a level where we can and should absolutely have it. That's it on Matrica. I think I got a little sunburn doing this walk today. Yeah, so I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna get back to the office, get back to work. There were a few other questions, but those mostly related to heroes, Star Trek agents, some other stuff that probably aren't as important to everybody. Maybe those will be a different video. Yeah, I'll stop it here, and I hope it wasn't too noisy, and I hope you guys like the difference in backgrounds on today's video. If this is cool, I'll do it again. I mean, cool with everybody. So yeah, until the next video. Peace.